3 baits for fall bass fishing that'll catch bass anywhere in the country. My name's Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, the leaves have just started to change their colors. The temperatures are cooling off, our days are getting shorter, and the bass are starting to move shallow. My water temperature right now is 68 to 70 degrees, and those shad are starting to move up, and as they move up, the bass will follow. And I've got 3 baits that you can use anywhere in the country that's going to help you catch a lot more bass. All right, so the first bait that I have that's always tied on my deck is a spinnerbait. I love to throw a spinnerbait this time of year. The blades give off that flash, mimicking those baitfish and those shad, and it's a good bait to cover a lot of ground this time of year. That's what you want to do in the fall of the year. You've got to cover a lot of water because these fish are chasing shad and they may not be in a certain area, and then you go to the next point and they're on that point. So this is a good bait just to cover a lot of ground going down the bank in those creeks, on those points, and trying to catch those bass that are up here chasing those shad. Like I said, this is mimicking a baitfish. It's a very easy bait to fish for a beginner or a seasoned angler. So that is my first bait that I always have in the fall of the year. All right, so the next bait that we have is a swim bait. Now, I like a smaller swim bait this time of year. My bait fish and my shad this time of year are smaller, so I throw this 2.8 size on a Angler tungsten 1/8 ounce head. I can throw this bait a really long way and be able to catch those fish. Say I see them maybe schooling and they're busting up on those shad, I can throw this bait. It'll throw a really long way on a 7-foot spinning rod. So that's one of the great things about this, even though that it's an 1/8 ounce. But like I said, a lot of times I'm just going to fish it normally, just going down the bank and just you know, hitting points, going in those creeks and throwing that bait. And it's just a really good bait, you know, mimicking a shad. That's what we're trying to do this time of year. And a swim bait is the perfect choice for that. Now, moving on to the third one, everyone's favorite, topwater. But it's just not any topwater. I've got the bait that hadn't released, it's probably been a couple, maybe 2 years. It's the Boyo. It's a smaller version than the Spook Junior, and this is the perfect size for bass this time of year. And you can still cast this a long way. It's balanced just right to make very long casts. Works really good. You can see they've been chewing on it already. It's a great bait. Like I said, you catch them out there schooling, get on those points. A lot of times when I find the shad, I know the bass are close by this time of year, and you can throw this over top of the shad, and a lot of times if they're 10 or 20 feet down, they'll still come up and eat this bait off the top of the water. It happens a lot of times in the fall of the year. But this Hidden Boyo, and I think that's how you pronounce it, it's B-O-Y-O. I've talked about it before on the channel, but it's a great bait for this time of year. Like I said, you can see it's a little bit smaller in size, and just they key in on that and they like that size this time of year. It comes with great hooks right out of the package, but if you catch a lot of fish on it, obviously you're going to want to replace it. That's one of the things that I want to mention is on a topwater, make sure you have sharp hooks, because a lot of times they're just going to be swiping at it and blowing up at it this time of year because there's so many bait fish. But great bait. So we've got our topwater, we've got our swim bait, our small 2.8, and we've got our spinnerbait that we can cover a lot of water with. And like I said, match the hatch. Usually shad color this time of year works really good. If you got some dirty water, change it up to some chartreuse and white. But guys, that is my 3 baits that'll catch bass anywhere in the country. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Till next time, this is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. Thanks for watching.